Good evening, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another evening at Shop Talk with myself, Keith from Coin Crew. And right over here to this side, we got this guy.
What's up, everybody?
He has no name. He just says, "What's up?"
This is Mike with Mid America Coins coming at you guys.
Okay, we've said hi to everybody in the chat, all the way down to Ken O'Mine Glass. So hello, Amy Harrell, and everybody else we've said hi to already. But just in case you didn't read it, everybody above Amy Harrell, hello again. What's up,
Hello,
Frosty? What's up,
hello.
teacher? So, guys, tonight is an exciting night. We're going to talk about some gold and silver. We're going to talk about the fun show. We're going to talk about Mike's show. What else do you want to talk about? Gold and
Whatever the
silver, I
people
guess,
want to
right?
ask questions about, we're here to help answer them too.
If you'll notice, we have a comment pinned at the top put up by Against the Army. Please begin your questions with a triple question mark to make your question seen. If we cannot get to all of your questions, we are not ignoring you. We just might not catch it. So please re-enter it again if you feel you really want an answer. And eventually, we'll get it. Eventually. You know me, I'm just a guy kind of slow. So I
I'm
guess
just a guy that knows a guy.
so I guess since it was a couple weeks ago, why don't we talk a little bit about Fun Show? How'd that work for you, Mike?
Well, Keith, you've heard me say this a million times. The big first show of the year is the one that sets the trend for the shows throughout the year. And
Never
guys,
heard.
I'm going to tell you, the Fun Show set a good record this year. They had people from all over. We was so busy at our tables, I never really even got to walk the floor hardly. And I love it when it's like that. Time goes by quick. We get to see a lot of people we know. And guys, these guys weren't just walking the floor; they were buying and selling too. I don't think any dealer in there had a bad show. If they did, it's because maybe they overpriced themselves or they just didn't have the right product. But I don't know what the right product was because we brought all types of stuff and everything was selling for us.
FYI, we are not we are not at the shop. I can knock on the pictures and not knock them over. Were any graders there? Did any of like PCGS or anybody set up there? Or?
Guys, we had graders, we had Annex, ICG, CAC, number one grader in my book, NGC, PCGS, NGC being number two in my book. Guys, it was unreal.
Was any of the lower tier graders there?
Yeah,
Like
we had ICG and Annex was there. I mean, yeah.
okay, well, yeah, the number threes and fours.
Well, ICG is somewhere on the board. We don't know about it even four. I mean,
Well, there's
I think
only
kids
I mean,
grading
like
at
if you
home does better than them sometimes.
yeah, but if you but they're paid to do it. But if you go to eBay, those are the four graders that eBay recognizes where you can put a number on their grading
Actually, no,
board.
they don't let ICG on there anymore that I know
Oh,
about.
they don't?
No.
I don't know. That's when I used to sell on eBay
Right
years
now,
ago.
BCGS has been selecting the grading companies, and it's even hard to find an Annex coin up there now. But guess what? CAC's coming on strong. I talked to some of the biggest auction houses like Stacks and Bowers, Heritage, great collectors. Anyway, I talked to some of the biggers companies out there because I
Yeah.
wanted to fill CAC out before I just turned over a bunch of good coins to them.
Now I've got a
Hey,
prediction
go
about
ahead.
CAC, and I said it here before. I think CAC is going to be the number one grader at some point in time because they have something that PCGS and NGC doesn't have. Now, I don't know if they're going to do it with their slabs, but they used to, on their stickered coins, they would put out a buy list that they are willing to buy those coins for, which would set a market for the coin. Are they going to do the same thing with their slabs, or do you know?
I can guarantee you some of their techniques will not change. I can tell you right now, and I don't mean to correct you, but I'm going to correct you. As I was trying to say about the auction houses, Heritage and Stacks and Bowers both told me their coins are selling better than any of the other coins on there for better money.
Yeah.
Not selling better, for selling for better money. The CAC coins are selling for better money.
Well,
So as you dealers out there that seen the gray sheet, you know that CAC has their price, and then there's just the regular price of a 63.
yeah,
You notice
we
that
get
they're
two
50 to
separate books.
$100 more. Unless you get the higher dollar coins in, they can be $3,000 and $4,000 more.
Yeah, we get two separate books from CDN, Coin Dealer Newsletter. One is for all coins, and one is for coins with a CAC sticker on them. Now, I guess
The
that
CAC
CAC is
magazine,
going
yes.
to transfer into just CAC coins, whether it be a slab or a stickered CAC, is my guess on how that's going to work. But yeah, they do. When they set CAC up, they said CAC coins are not worth more, but yet time and time again they have proven to be worth more because, as you know, anything that buys or sell is the agreement between the buyer and the seller. That is what it's worth, and CAC coins bring the money. There's no doubt about it.
Well, they're proving it in the auction houses. I mean, you sit there, you got, here's the thing. It's like any other thing. There's some dealers out there just hate it. And I think it's the guys that really hate to pay the extra money for a good coin, or they love it. And that's the guys that's willing to pay the extra money for that good coin. I just sent in, as well as you know, Keith, the 36 through the 42, both 42 sets, 5 and 6 piece. I sent them to CAC. I had two really nice 94 Morgan dollars. I could have sent them to PCGS. They was right next door. No, I gave them to CAC.
Okay, here's our
Because,
first question. Here's our first question of the night.
okay.
How much is coming from AH? How much is a 2021 Type 2 Annex MS70 worth? That's the clipped wing one, right? Clip and Type 2.
Yeah, that's
What's
the
an
type 2.
MS70 going for about? And maybe you could name the grader it would be by too, to clarify that a little bit.
Okay, guys, any 70 CAC coins or annex coins, I mean, any of them that's got MS70, any legit dealer is only going to offer you 69 money. They don't recognize annex 70s as true 70s. Neither does the auction houses, neither does the gray sheet.
Now, in saying that, too, something that you have to realize as well, not just with Annex, with NGC or PCGS, an MS70 will not cross graders. They will not cross it. PCGS will not accept an NGC, and NGC will not accept a PCGS. They want to know it for themselves. That's one coin they will not cross grade and give you the same grade unless they believe it to be true. And it has to come out of the capsule in order for them to know it.
Here's the thing about cross grading. Yes, yes and no. They will cross grade any coin, even the 70s. But if they take them out and their graders don't agree with this is a chance you take. And that don't matter if it's in a 68 or 69 holder. If they find the flaws in there, guess what? Yes, they tell you can cross grade. If that's the thing, if it truly is that great, and if they don't agree with it, guess what, guys? You're going to get a lower grade. 99% of the time when that happens, another dealer that just spent that money to get that 70, he will crack it back out and send it back to the NGC or PCGS where he got the 70 and tell them the holder got broke.
A lot of
Here's what-
times, though, in a lower grade than MS70, they can look at it in the holder. And most of the time, it will cross grade at the grade just by looking at it in the holder. Because
This
I've
is
done
what,
that with them before. I say, don't crack it out unless it's going to make this grade.
here's what I love about CAC. This is what I love about CAC. I met with them. I talked with them before I done any business with them. I felt them out. And one thing Brian at CAC made me feel good about is if you got a coin, they will cross grade NGC and PCGS, but they will look at it first for you before they crack it. And if they don't agree that it's going to do better,
guys.
they're going to
If
give you
you-
the opportunity to take it back.
If you want me to asking, please put the question marks in front. Adam Jam does have a question here. So you say the small collector has a sizable collection, PCDS. Does he or she then go for the green bean or take a chance of the crossover? That's really, I mean, it really depends on if it's older, wouldn't it? I mean, I wouldn't try to, I don't think they greeny beanie modern stuff.
Yeah, well, no, they do modern stuff.
No,
But
they don't put green beans on modern coins.
what do you
I've
mean?
never
Green
seen one.
green stickers?
I've never seen one on a modern.
I have had them on there. But here's the thing. I have had it on an Eagle before. But they usually, as a rule, they don't like to do it. They're not really into modern, they're into better stuff, but they will do modern. But what I'm telling you, folks, when you reach out to CAC and you got something in a PCGS or NGC holder, don't be surprised if you send it in, you get a call and say they tell you this is how they do it. They are very tight. They're like me. I like to grade my coins tight. They are a very tight grading company. That's why they get them green stickers on PCGS or NGC if they agree with them on grade. You get a gold sticker, that means they undergraded it.
They think it's a
But
higher grade.
it'll grade higher. But
Mrs.
at the same time, guys, if you send it to them, this is something Brian and them are really strong on. They will contact you and tell you, look, I don't think it's going to cross. It's not going to get that grade. It's not going to get a higher grade. It's going to get a lower grade. Do you still want to grade it with us? They give you the opportunity to take that holder back.
Now, Mrs. Coin Crew made a statement going back to AH's comment about the MS-70 Eagle. I wouldn't send modern coin to Annex unless it is possibly an error. And then AH comes back. So how much is it worth then? If it's an Annex 70, Type 2, 2021, how much would it be worth? I would think it would be worth at least the 69 price.
It's gonna be about a $35 coin, guys. It's not gonna be a $55 coin, $65 coin. It
If
depends
you
on
had a 69 in a PCGS or NGC, the odds are it would probably be worth more than a 70 in Annex. Unless what you use Annex for, I mean, they're a good grading company, don't get me wrong, but they don't have the high
authenticating.
profile that PCDS and NGC have. So what you want to use them for more or less is annotating error coins. I have sent coins to Annex. I have no problem with them whatsoever. But if I have a really nice coin, I'll send it for a crossover to PCDS and say, hey, is it going to get this grade or close to this grade? If it will, crack it out.
The varieties or some of them are NGC and PCGS don't recognize. That's the only time Annex gets them from
Yeah.
me. If you look at a lot of my errors in my cases, are mostly NGC or PCGS holders.
NGC does recognize more errors and varieties than PCDS does.
One thing CAC is not doing yet, and they're working on that, don't get me wrong, is they're not really doing errors yet. They are working on getting the right guys to know exactly what they're doing. And I like that they're straight up and honest. So,
It takes time. It takes time to get a
and I
company
tested
up
them
off
on
the
these
ground.
screw sets. I knew that the nickel, the 39 was a reverse of a 38, and I wanted to see if they were paying attention. And they contacted me through email and asked me if I would like that put on their label, that they noticed it was a 38, not a 39 back. And I said yes. But see, otherwise I would have got a regular label. But they did recognize it. And that, I didn't want to tell them that. I wanted to see how thorough they are on looking these over.
Okay.
That was another thing that really
Mike Tamalani, Mike
need
T.
some advice. I have
Advice. Have some money in silver, 0 gold, well over 1,000 ounces now. I guess that's silver in a bank vault. Should I trade some of that for gold? Silver has such a high ceiling. I am very hesitant to. I guess that would fall into the question: do you think gold is going to perform better than silver, Mike?
I think gold will hit its peak before silver, but will it perform better than silver? No. You already have the 1,000 ounces I do always say stack 25 to 75%. I would not trade my silver for gold, but
No.
I would think about investing a little bit into gold.
Now, again, guys, we are not financial advisors. If
No, we're
you
not.
seek financial help, ask someone. We are just giving you our opinions as coin guys. I have to agree with Mike on this. Don't sell your silver, but do slowly put some of your money in gold because it's too risky, in my opinion, to offload silver at these levels. I think that pretty well says it.
Not with the big gap between silver and gold. You're going to give up a lot of silver to get an ounce of gold.
Yeah, you will. The spread is too, it's what is it,
It's too
85 to
far.
1 somewhere in there?
It's too far right now. It'll come down. I'm not saying gold will come down. Silver will go
Hold on,
up.
Maria
How's that?
Solar.
Let me rephrase that.
Rephrase it. What are you saying you're going to rephrase?
I was talking about the silver. I told him it will come down, but I don't mean gold will come down. It will not. Silver will go up to it. So then,
no, if you list it as a 70, you are not being scamful. You are just saying this is what Annex says a 70 is. You list it as an Annex graded MS 70. That's exactly how it is. It's more of a preference thing. Some people do prefer Annex, so you're not misleading them by saying it's a 70. You're just telling them that Annex was the grader. So you're being 100% truthful.
true. True. But just remember,
Always list who the grader is. That way, because they all grade different.
most of your annex holders are coming off either a small company that found a way to grade them cheaper because they are cheaper than PCGS and NGC. They're not as hard on them as NGC and PCGS and CAC. So that's why it's easy to get a 70 in there. Now, just remember, now that you know this, when you're buying Annex and you take it into that local coin shop, and he says, well, I don't recognize this as a 70. You know why? Because none of us do. There's a lot of Annex 70s out there. If you spend enough money with Annex, they will give you a 70 on a bunch of them.
Okay, here's a little bit of something he's maybe I'm wrong, maybe you can correct me, Mike. He's saying uh type 1 Annex MS70 key date mean is it worth anything being key date?
But it's
Now
not a key
that
date.
no, that's not a key date, guys. That was something that was done the hype of the changing of the reverse dies. Neither the type 1 or type 2 are key dates. If you want to talk key date in Eagles, you go back to the 90s and earlier, anything less than 10 million printed. Those are more semi key or key than any of them. The key dates in the Silver Eagles are, I think, most of them is what, 91 through 96
Yes.
or 98, somewhere in
And
there.
86 finally got
Yeah,
recognized.
the stuff 1996 and older, but all the stuff 99 and older, I would consider a semi key because of the miniages.
What you
And so
hear from, if you're listening to a real dealer, what he's going to tell you, and he's telling you the truth. The type 1 was made less than the type 2 because they start bringing the type 2s out a little earlier. And they said, does it make it worth anymore? No.
So yeah, it's what happened with a lot of the older Eagles, and I've cringed. I used to cringe. The 1986s in the first part of 1987 came in as clear 2 with 2 orange caps. Dealers would take a utility knife and cut down the side of that eagle because they were so tight to get out. So a lot of them will have this nick on the side that you got to be real cautious when you get. If you can get, not all of them have MS70s. If you get an NGC or a PCDS 70, those are anything before 2000 are usually worth quite a bit of money, but they have to be those 2 graders. Here's something. I just seen it and my thing.
Excuse me.
Where's it at? It just skipped on us. Lost it. Okay, right here. Steve LaPointe says fractional gold easier to buy. I guess that's a question. What's your thought on fractional gold, Mike?
It's easier to buy because people can afford it more. Is it best to buy? I say, yeah, you need a little fractional. The problem is the premium is a lot higher than a 1 ouncer.
I've heard people say time and time again, if you buy fractional, you're throwing your money away. You won't get your premiums back. How true is that?
That's not true because I do pay a premium to buy them back.
Well,
I
so
got to
do
pay
I.
a
But I
premium
mean,
to
we're
order
just
'em.
two coin dealers. We're
I got
not
to pay a
all
premium
of
to
them.
order them. So, yes, I'm going to pay a premium to buy them.
But are there not some coin dealers that will not pay a premium for fractional? They just
No,
pay
they'll
you the same
try it.
price?
But guess what? They'll contact a company like mine and sell it to us.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
I
If
just
a
bought 2
coin
rows
dealer
the
will
other
not pay
day
you a
from another
premium,
dealer that bought them in his shop for spot. Now,
let's hypothetically say gold is $2,000 an ounce. I know that's not the exact figure. And they sit there and they go, I'll give you $2,000 an ounce. Or just to make it simple, I'm not throwing the exact figures out here. They're going to pay you $2,000 an ounce. And you go, well, I got 10th ounces, I got quarter ounce, I got half ounces. If they still say they'll only give you $2,000 an ounce, go shopping elsewhere. Don't fall for it.
now, I've said that here and I've said that on Seeker's channel. Guys, even Seeker and a bunch of other guys, they all know that if you can't get over for like your 10th ounces, your quarter ounces, or something wrong.
Yeah, you should always be able to do that. I've sat there and said time and time again, I will more than happily pay extra for fractionals. I have no problem. Look at that, J Dog member, 12 months, 1 year, just a guy. Thank you, J Dog. So we started off talking about the fun show. And then we got into the graders. Was there anything real exciting that happened down there? And then we got to answering some questions. I mean, something. Did you buy anything that was real exciting?
I bought so much stuff. Everything's exciting to me when I buy it. But yeah, we got some really nice stuff. I actually bought a Smithsonian 1 ouncer. They only made 100 of them.
What's up, brother? It's my birthday.
It's a 1 ounce gold. And I was shocked. It came up to my table, and the guys, this is where it comes out to being a fair dealer. He walked the floor, and a couple of dealers say, "Hey, go see Mid America. He'll pay you fair on it." That's what the guy even walked up and told me. He says, "I was told that you pay really fair on it." I looked at it. I seen how many. I says, "I'll pay you $300 over." He
It's
about dropped.
949. Remember 4 months. I didn't get a woof out of that guy.
He says,
There
"How
you go.
much?"
Woof,
And I
woof.
said, and I told him, he says, "It's yours." Evidently, he told me the best price he got was about 20 over spot. Everybody was trying to buy it for spot or less. He had one guy offer him $100 back. This is for a coin that they only made 100 of. It's in a 70 holder.
Okay, now
But it went into my wife's stuff again. I'm sorry.
yeah, your wife's like my wife. They always take the good stuff and never leave me none of it.
I told my wife I was going to make a couple hundred off it, and she said, "No, you won't." And I seen why.
Mudswat says, depends on what you buy. If you're buying Valcambi bars, a premium will likely be lost. If you buy $1 gold pre 33, you'll gain premium, which is true to an extent. But if you buy 1 gram bars, gold name brand bars, you will
May
still
just
get
add
over
in here.
melt for those. You just won't get as much over melt, just like anything else. There has to be a buy spread ratio. Do you pay over on 1 gram gold bars?
I do.
Yeah. The 1 gram Valcambis walk ups get over melt for those. It's just like a 10th ounce.
For
But when you
pre
start
30,
getting up into 10
even
grams
for your
and
pre 33 gold, I pay a premium for it.
oh, big premium for that. And that premium most likely does increase over time.
I have guys that buy old gold from me and ask them if they're doing a good investment. I usually tell them, as long as you show to somebody like me, you've done a great investment. But I told them, if you move away and you sell it to somebody and they try to offer you melt for it, pick it up, walk out the door. I give them a business card, give me a call, and I'll tell you what it's really worth.
Old timer auctions. I have about 15 10-ounce silver bars, good ones. Obviously, something like Eagle Heart or some big name, I'm guessing. Should I trade those for 1 ounce rounds? I intend to keep stacking silver for a long time. Will the value be worth more than the rounds? I'll go in on this one if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
If you're going to continue to stack silver, keep them. Don't lose the trade ratio. And because 10-ounce bars are almost as good as 1 ounce rounds, they're nice, they're even, easy to calculate.
I
It's not
think
like
they're
you're
just as
jumping up
good
into a
myself.
100-ounce bar.
I
So,
think
yeah,
they're
just
just
go
as
ahead and
good.
keep those and then buy 1 ouncers. Okay, go ahead and chime in, bro.
Well, no, I think they're just as good. Honestly, I recommend to people just buy 1 to 10 ounce. Stay away from the kilos and stuff because that's the ones where they get confusing for a lot of stackers. Usually try to keep them in the 1 to 10 ounce. Now,
1 5s and 10s.
now,
Nice and put
are they
together.
worth trading? Well, are they old poured angle hearts? Then
Are you going
yes,
to
they're
get
worth
more
trading
silver
because
than
I'm
what
going
you're
to give
giving
you a
up?
premium for them.
If you can get more silver out of it, yeah, maybe. But
Yeah,
that's
but
a
that's what you got to
question,
find out if they're truly collectible.
Okay, Steve Lapointe has pointed something out. He goes, your birthday's in August, 2 days. I know, but he had something really cool that I wanted, so I had to say it. Mid America is more than fair, speaking from experience. Yeah, I'm chopped liver Gen X. I don't mind. Gen X is a great guy, though, seriously.
Thank you,
He used to
sir.
live up
I
here in
appreciate
Michigan.
that.
I
I
live
try
down
to
here in
be. I
Florida.
try to be the best I can be at doing this with you guys. I've been doing this a long time. Guys, really, if you just got common 10 ounce bars, I agree with Keith. Keep them. You're stacking good silver there. Now, if you want to add to your stack, that's okay too. There's nothing wrong with that.
Even Miss Coin Crew agrees. She says, I'll keep the 10 ounce and buy some 1 ounce now. Yeah, just to diversify yourself. That's just my opinion, old timer. I believe that was old timer
She
auctions that
kept
said
all the
that.
Keith's 10 ounce bars.
What? Yeah, she did too. Okay, Zilla says the 1 ounces hold a larger premium. Buy 10-ounce bars are great. I'm guessing he's saying if you want to save a little bit of money, he is correct because 1 ounce bars usually hold a 50 cent or more premium over the rounds. Whereas 10-ounce bars you can get at or lower than 1 ounce rounds. So it just depends on where you're at.
I'm about the same on rounds and 10 ounce bars because that's what I recommend. 1 ounce bars, the foundry companies charge us more, and that's why we charge a little more for bars.
Yeah, they do charge a
Yep.
a lot of more. Forget little more. So we
Then they
talked
make
about the
me
fun
buy
show.
so many of them. That's why I cry every time I have to order them.
We talked about silver and gold. I want to touch base a little bit more on some silver and gold. We noticed it's had a little bit of a rocky ride. It fell down to like 22.50, jumped up to 23.50, fell down to 22.30 by Friday or 23.30 on Friday, and now it fell down a little bit more. What do you think the future holds? Are we about towards? I mean, not giving me an exact number. Are we? Do you think we're close to the bottom? I mean, it's just a real tough guess.
Well, if I had that crystal ball, I know exactly what to do. Guys, when I seen it take that drop a week or two ago before our last one, actually, it was in December. I think you guys heard me said I ordered an extra 5,000 ounces. Well, if I would have waited, I could have got it just a little bit cheaper. I thought it was done, but
Yeah, I ordered a few hundred
but
to
I
sell
put
it
another order
too.
in today because I'm a sucker again.
Hey, why not keep spinning, right? Spend all we
That's
got.
right.
So here's a question for you. You're a business sort of sorts. So why does Annex put the word key date on the 2021 Type 1 printed label?
Here's the thing, and Keith, you know this. We can order anything we want on our labels. We pay for it; they'll do it for us.
Yeah.
So therefore, more than likely, whoever done this on either their TV show or did a promotion in their shop asked them to put key date on it because they called it a key date because it was lower minute than the Type 2. The thing is, they paid for that label.
Okay, he says there's no standardization or regulation in the industry, unlike the diamond industry. There is a standardization. It's called the Sheldon standard. It's how good these grading companies apply that Sheldon standard. As you all know, grading is subject to opinion. It's
That's right.
like a piece of cake. Some people like chocolate and some people like vanilla or strawberry. We
I
don't
like them
all
all.
three. Well, some of us like all three, but not everybody likes all three. Well, not everybody is going to agree that it's an MS-65 coin or an MS-70 coin because it is opinion. It's what they see, what they think. You cannot force someone's opinion on someone else.
No,
Sheldon Standard is a set standard grade, but everybody interprets it slightly different.
I know it's
Okay.
misleading and they shouldn't put it on there, but you can buy that label. Okay. And I'm sorry that whoever bought that and they said key date on it, that was wrong.
Okay, here's a great question. Christopher O'Brien says, I buy a lot of low mintage $2,000 to $5,000 pieces of new collectible silver. Very high premiums, worth it. Is this a good investment? Yes and no. It depends on what type of high premium. Some stuff never goes away, kind of like Superman and Star Wars. There's, it's got to have more than just the low mintage silver. There's got to be a fan base for those high collectibles. I mean, you look at Star Wars and Trekkies. Both of those two. There's a fan base out there, not just for the silver, but for the collectible artifact itself. And I don't mean to say artifact, but for the collectible itself. So that's something you have to keep in mind when you are buying these little pieces. Because really, when you really, really think about it, 5,000 pieces is a lot of pieces if nobody's buying it. What's your opinion on that?
I
Paying high
agree.
premiums for
Let's
pieces.
let's step back to last year from the US Mint. The
Yes.
Morgan and Peace dollar, they never sold out. Only 125,000. Wait a minute. So the second year, first year moved up. The second year, if you look hard enough, you can find it below issue price now.
Even the first year, the peace dollar, they said they were going to make 275,000 of the peace dollar, and someone put it in my chat on the auction the other day that they actually, I never looked it up, but they actually only minted 199, even though they said they were sold out.
Right.
So whether they're true or not, I don't know. I didn't even look it up because it didn't interest me at the
Well,
time as far as
I
what the
think
actual mintage I was
I
buying
think
and
they're
selling
pretty
something.
close to right because some of them got destroyed
Yeah, that's what I'm
in
saying.
the
Some of them got
process.
destroyed because they were made improperly.
Yeah, there was a couple of minting problems in the first year.
So yeah, on that coin, Chris, Christopher O'Brien, I would recommend looking at the moat. How big is the moat for that piece you're buying? Is it strictly for the silver? Is it for something else? Because how big the moat is just like a company running a business. A large company has a large moat. So when one area slows down, another area picks up and keeps that company valuable. So, in the same thing with silver, if you have a large moat that wants that silver, like Coca Cola item, there are Coca Cola people like crazy out there.
Well,
I
yeah, I
collect
got a
Coca
couple pieces
Colas.
worth over $400.
Yeah. But my
It's
point
only
is,
one
if
answer.
there are other people besides coin collectors that want them, it's going to hold the value better. So always keep that in mind when you buy that high premium. But I do recommend not going super high premium. Don't pay four times the price for silver. That's just crazy if you're looking to try to invest in something for a um, long term investment. I recommend myself, I try to keep two times or less, is what I try to. But that's just at this time. I mean, tomorrow I could say I'm one and a half or three times. I don't know. I guess it changes with the type of piece of silver it is. And here's Mrs. Coin Crew saying, my stack is for my eyes and squirrel brain. So there you go. Okay. Marathon Stacker has a good one. Should I put my silver into the Bills, or should I put my savings into silver or the Bills to win the Super Bowl this year? The defense is looking good. Well, boy, I love losing Super Bowls. That's all I can say. 4 years in a row in the 80s. The only team ever in the history of the NFL to go to the Super Bowl 4 straight years and lose. Maybe the track record speaks for itself. Maybe it's a different team. But yeah, I would rather put my money into silver than bet. What do you think, bro?
Well, I'd rather take a bet against them myself, but
They could have a different team, though.
they
History
are.
speaks.
But once again, their track record speaks for itself. I'm hoping they did get their heads out and they're going to win this time.
So here we go. Ida saying hi to everybody. Ida Heron comes on in the morning,
I
8
don't know
a.m.
who that person
Eastern.
is.
8 a.m. Eastern. She is also doing a St. Jude auction in March. So 8 a.m. Monday through Friday, Eastern time. Whatever that time is in your time zone. It's like 7:30 here. So a half hour from now in the morning, Monday through Friday. Whatever your time is, except in the morning. Check out Ida's talk show. She is sponsoring St. Jude's auction. All the proceeds are going to the children. So do
I
check
don't
that
think I've ever
out.
been on that channel. I might have to check that out.
I think you go in there every morning, man.
Oh, is that me up there? Okay.
So there is Ida's link.
How you
Against
doing,
an
Miss
Army just
Ida?
posted it in the chat for you. Thank you, Against an Army. Um, okay, I have all the Morgan and Peace Raw 2021s. Are they worth grading or remaining raw for another time? Yeah, let's hear you answer that, bro. I've got two
Honestly,
sets of them.
honestly, I think unless you're 100% sure you can get a 70 out of them, I would leave them alone.
Well, that's his answer. My answer is I still got mine raw sitting in my safe.
No,
Two sets.
that's what I'm saying. Unless you think you can get them, I got a set too.
I don't want to answer the question, but what I will say is mine are still raw in my safe, one of my safes. So there you go. Uh, so let's talk a little bit. We've talked about the fun show. We've talked about silver. We talked about gold. You got a show coming up, don't you?
Who?
You got a coin show
Oh,
coming up.
me.
We're
Okay.
all a bunch of coin dealers going to be there. A bunch of YouTube going to be
Yeah,
there. What's
guys.
going on?
Second week of June.
Second
We
week of June. That is awesome.
13th, 14th, and 15th.
So, guys, write that down 13th, 14th, and 15th. I'm sure you're going to see some stuff on a bunch of different channels as time goes on, pushing the show. Bunch of people are going to be there. It's going to be an exciting show, going to be bigger and better than last year. Is that not correct?
That is very correct. And guys, if you're not doing nothing, I think it's either Friday or Saturday. I think Seeker's going to be releasing something, and you might want to stay tuned for that.
There you go. Something's coming up on Silver Seeker's channel. So if someone wants to throw his link in there, it'd be greatly
And then
appreciated.
people will realize
One of
why
the
we
mods.
changed the date.
Okay, here we got 8/8 with one more thing. We're going to do one more form. Where's it at? I have a 2013 ASE PCGS MS70. Now he's got the right grade here. How much is that worth? And then I want to know more about grading. Okay.
Well,
Obviously, it's a PCGS, so it's going to be worth more. Normally, we wouldn't answer a bunch of questions on the exact
it
price.
depends on what holder it's in.
The value of something is the agreement between the buyer and seller. So we're not buying it. We're not selling it.
Is
So
it white still?
it's just our opinion.
Is it white or did the rims tone?
What is the trading value on a sight unseen MS70 PCGS Eagle?
Once again, I'm going to say this. Is the rim toned or is it white?
Well, why don't
Solid
you
white.
give us both? Or
Okay.
give us a white specimen.
Here's the thing. PCGS, they changed their seal inside there, and it's been toning the Eagles. That's why I quit sending them to Eagles. That particular reason is why. Now, if it's toned, it's going to be a hard sailor. Once again, we're going to say you're kicked down a grade or two. If it's a 70 and a 2013, you're looking about anywhere from 80 to $90 retail.
There you go.
But it has to be white.
I guess that about covers that. Let's get back to your show. So what's happening at your show? What's exciting? I hear a lot of YouTubers are
Well,
going to be set up there.
I hear that Mid America is going to be there, so that right there is a show by itself. But
You think?
we're going to have guys like Coin Crew. We'll let him in. I know guys. He's from Michigan and all, but we'll let him in. We're going to have Seeker there. We're hopefully to have Rob.
Seeker, who's that? Mr.
Rob
Seeker, Silver Seeker, what?
So everybody, please pray for him.
What happened?
We are hoping everything really goes good this year. I think it's going to be the best show I ever put on, and I'm speaking from how hard I'm working on this one this year.
So are Boy Scouts coming? Are there going to be Boy Scouts there?
Well, there's going to be some rascals in a suit, with little ties on. I mean, them are Boy Scouts. They call themselves troops. So, and then we're hoping that we're also going to have little Girl Scouts there. So, yeah, we're going to have a good time. So, if anybody out there wants to give stuff for the little kids, you're welcome to do that. You can also donate to St. Jude's by contacting myself or Miss Ida. There's all kinds of things, or even Keith. You can contact any of us, and we'll help you get where it needs to be. Miss Ida and I have a flyer out there that I pass around at every show, so it makes it easier for everybody to get a hold of us. And then we got here the 1996 American lowest mintage. Yes and no. It is not the lowest minute.
It's the lowest produced.
But the lowest produced, yes.
It's not lowest mintage. It's just not the lowest still available. Wouldn't you say? Is that how you would say it?
Yeah.
Because there are other Eagles that are harder to get than the 96, and one of them being the 1994.
What about the 97, the sleeper?
That's another sleeper. All that stuff between like 91 and 98, a lot of that stuff is sleepers. And what happened was a lot of those got damaged. See, the 96s, because it was the lowest minted, a lot of them were saved, as with some of your early date vintage coins. But these other ones, they got a lot more of them. I'm not worried about. And they ended up getting damaged and junked out, and some even melted.
Well, so what about that 86? It came up out of the woodwork finally.
Zilla says 91. The 1996 is the one that everyone wants. Well, guys, check your Eagle sets and see if you got a 94, 97. Some of you may still need that, so you want to start looking for it if you haven't got either of those two.
I'm completely out of 94s right now.
Steve LaPointe says 93. Well, that's one that I held strong because one of my children was born in 93.
Yeah,
so I was
wouldn't that be your oldest son?
What?
Or no, that wouldn't be your oldest son. Keith's
my third oldest son.
Third oldest son. Oldest son by your second wife. How's that?
Yes. But as far as Eagles all together, your wife
reverse was the lowest 2019.
The 2019 reverse proof or enhanced or whatever it was the lowest printed ever. It beat out the 1995 W proof by a couple hundred or something like that. It is the ultimate lowest of the lows.
But yet,
that's worth what?
The 95 proof still outbeats it on price.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. The 95W is like $3,000, right around there, give or take. So
I happen to have a real nice set that I found.
If you have a 2019 S reverse, you may want to keep it for the long haul because it is undervalued.
I did come across a 95W set.
You did? I had to have a car, and it was all I had that I could get good money for. Because
Sure
I
does
couldn't
look
sell my
nice in my
gold.
wife's set.
What's that?
Anyway, back to guys. We are going to have a good year this year. The fun show proved it. So check some of your local shows when you're in the area, see how they're doing. Let us know, give us feedback because I can't hit every one of them.
So yeah, wow, this is interesting. Anything else we want to cover? I mean, where do you where do you really see? I mean, let's take gold, let's take silver, and think about both of them for just a couple minutes here. Which one do you think is the better alternative to buy this year? Would you invest if you had to pick one or the other? Now, obviously, we're coin dealers. We're not going to pick one or the other. But if you favored one, which one would you favor as a better investment opportunity this year?
Well, I've already started stacking more gold this year. I bought some more of them 50 pesos and I decided, I'm not going to put them out for sale. I stacked them in our box. But
Yeah, I'm.
we always tell people to stack what you can afford. Don't over budget yourself. Don't go out and get loans or credits. That's the stupidest thing you can do. And we're not telling you to stack silver and gold. We're telling you to whatever you feel comfortable with. I mean, I buy land too. I mean, stack land if you want. You ain't making no more of it either.
Well, as you both know, he got more money than me. So he says gold, I say silver. So you got two opposing views here. I think
Now wait a minute.
silver.
I just applied for welfare today. They turned me down because I couldn't give them a proper address.
You have a PO box, huh?
That's what I gave them.
I feel silver, and you're going to hear a lot of different opinions about which is best, silver, gold. Which one should I buy? I see a few people in the chat saying buy what you can afford, which is true. That is always the best alternative. But my opinion is silver is more volatile. It is a little bit cheaper than it has been in the past few years. So I just feel stronger about silver. So I got a decent amount of gold. I mean, I haven't got as much gold as some people, but I got a little bit of gold. I just feel I need to play catch
Keep
up on
pointing at
silver.
somebody. I keep
So.
looking for them.
What? You keep looking at that guy over
You
there?
keep looking for whoever you're pointing at.
Looking the wrong way. Look that way or that way. Um, but try to do both. But I just think silver has more of an upswing potential. But at the same time, it does have more of a downswing potential too. So buy on the dips is all I can say. I'm going more for silver. So that is my opinions.
I say buy what you can afford. Again,
Here you go. Buy them
don't
both.
forget ammo. Yeah, I got
Don't
plenty of
forget
that too,
ammo.
Gary. I got plenty of ammo too. But you know
Very
what you need with
important.
that ammo is guns. So I bought more of
Very
them too.
a very important statement right here is don't take on too much debt. You definitely don't want to take on debt. Remember that lady when we used to be up here? You used to be up here in Michigan back, what was it, 2011? Came in, wanted to hawk her house for 50,000 to buy silver, and I told her not to.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yes.
Man, Esther, I was the one that talked to her. He was in the office, kind of listening in while he was helping somebody else. But lady was seriously going to hawk a $50,000 loan on her house. And I said, no, wait a couple weeks. But she came back a couple weeks later and thanked me because silver had dropped $10. And when you take on debt for an investment, if that investment goes sour, it's just like the stock market. Those margins come a calling, and you got to come up with the money from somewhere. So never, ever, in my opinion, take debt on for any type of investment. Just saying.
What about buying a house? They don't take debt out for that.
Well, that's not really debt when you think about it. because you got to
Yeah,
pay rent anyway.
it is debt. Because
How is
once
it
you
debt
bought
if you
that
still have
house,
to
you're
pay
in debt
rent?
until you pay it off. But the thing
No, no,
about
no, no, no. You still have to pay rent. If you have to pay rent and you can add a couple $1,000s to a house buying, even though it is technically debt, it's good debt. There's bad debt and there's good debt.
true, true.
Good debt is a house.
But
Bad debt is a car.
lately I've been
Is
seeing that buying a house is cheaper than renting. Have you seen what they charge for rent nowadays?
oh yeah, golly. Oh man, what is it like $1,500 here in Michigan? I'm like, what? Maybe I ought to move out into the garage or something.
My son has a contract on a house that he rents for a year. They're talking about they're going to be going up about to 12 or 1300. He's paying 900 now. He says, "Well, Dad," he said, "I already talked to the bank. They said they approved me." He says, "I'm thinking I found a house and they want like 130,000 for it." I said, "Well, what's your payments?" He said it'd be around 700 if I put 20% down. My son's been saving, so he's got the money. So guess what he's going to do when his contract's up?
He gonna move.
He's going to buy the house. Now, his rent's going to go down instead of up.
Well, see, that's the thing. And like I was talking about bad debt, good debt.
That's good debt. Yes, it is.
A home is good debt because you'd have to pay rent anyway somewhere, unless you like live with your parents or something like that or a family relative. Then obviously you can get by on a lesser amount of payment. Uh, but it's still good. And AH is saying, how is owning a home good debt? I'm sorry, but the cost of ownership with repairs and maintenance is ridiculous for a home. Yes, it is. But have you seen the cost of rent lately? A 2-bedroom home in Michigan, where I'm at, in Muskegon, used to be $750 a month about 5 years ago. And now it's $1,500 a month. You can buy that same home and pay that $750 a month, even with these higher mortgage rates. So it's good debt because it can actually reduce. A lot of times, if you don't put money down on a home, a lot of times your initial house payment will be more than the current rent going in your area. But at these times, because of the price of rent, it actually makes more sense to buy than own. I mean, buy than rent because you actually reduce right off the bat instead of just the opposite. When I bought my home, my house payment was around $700, but I could rent a house for around 550, 600. So it didn't make a lot of sense, but I did it anyway because I know you're building equity in your home, and that's part of what makes it good debt is that money you're paying to rent is not going to the landlord. It's going, some of it is going to you, to your future if you choose to sell it. Therefore, that makes it good debt. And the reason why it's not good debt with a car is because when you borrow for a car, boom, 35% right off as soon as you drive it off the lot, and then it keeps depreciating from there. So anything that depreciates is not good debt. If
Actually,
it
some of used
appreciates,
cars is wind up going up. You
well,
try to
yeah,
buy a
I don't
used
know how
car
they do
like
it, but they doing something crazy. Okay, here you go. Any debt is good debt if your return on what you purchase with the debt is higher than the interest you are paying in the debt. Very,
true.
very good, Mike. That is much simpler. Explain it like that than what I did. But yeah, if you can get a better return on your debt than what you're paying, then it's good debt. Thank you. I should have had him up here explaining this stuff to everybody.
Well, like you're saying, my home right now is more than double what I paid for. It's worth more than double what I paid for it.
What's really strange about mine is my house hasn't really gone up, but yet all the rents around me keeps going up. I'd be better off just moving out of my house and renting it out instead of selling it if I ever decided to move. My property value hasn't really gone up. It might have gone up a little bit, but for 20 years, 20, 30,000 on $100,000 house is not that much.
Our city guys ain't got nothing better to do than go around looking at people's decks after they get them done. My taxes went up this year because of my new deck I put on.
That must be nice, man. Some of us
No,
can't
it
afford
ain't
that.
nice because now I got to pay more taxes.
Yeah, some of us can't afford taxes either. We're broke. Always broke. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Um, so this is going to be a great show in June. You said it's the second week of June. What are the dates on it?
13th, 14th, and 15th of June, 2024, not 25.
Here's a different way of looking at it. Homes don't add value. They never get newer. Just the money gets worth less. I guess that is a way of looking at it. I mean, it's definitely different opinion. But yeah, the money fiat currency is designed to depreciate. Usually lasts 50 years. We're past the 50 years here in the US. So how much longer is our fiat going to last? Who knows? But most fiat only lasts about 50 years. You got Venezuela, Zimbabwe, Weimar Republic. I mean, all these guys, their fiat just went belly up. So, yeah, it's only a matter of time for us. But the U.S. government's going to try everything they can to keep that from happening. Okay, so Mike, can you go ahead and run over the security for the coin show again? Ask Ida.
Yes, we are going to have security there. There will be when you come to the show. You're going to enter into the front door. You are going to have to sign to take a badge. If
Now, this
you
is for your show in June, right?
Yeah, if you
I'm just
refuse,
reiterating that in case someone just came in.
we're not going to let you in the show. There will be no dealing outside in the lobby because our dealers pay for their tables. We tell people that you go in the room, work your business in there with the dealers. There's not going to be any trading back and forth outside that because we think that, and I feel that way when I go to A&A, they do the same thing. I feel if you paid for a table, you should get your money's worth. I mean, if you guys want to go outside the show and do something, that's up to you. But inside the show, we need to make sure our dealers get a fair crack at everything.
So
And
basically,
that's
what
the
you
same way with you guys. If you come in and you asked us who's the best dealer to go to, we're going to tell you to go get a couple opinions. We're not going to just send you to one dealer, and that's the way we feel. Get an honest opinion. That's the whole reason why I put this show on. Is competition is good unless you have something to hide. Always put that in your mind. That means if you ain't comfortable with that dealer, go get another opinion. If you like what the dealer offered you after that first dealer you seen, then go back to them. Don't settle on just dumping yourself at the first table you walk in. Walk around the show, fill the show, introduce yourself to all the dealers, and deal with who you like. Just
So basically, he's not going to be up the front of the show at the desk saying, "Go to Mid America's table. Go to Mid America's table." He's not going to do that.
no, I'll be inside the room pointing you that way with arrows.
Uh,
Actually, we don't.
so
I hate to say it, but I don't even know if Mid America is really going to have a table there, guys, because we are going to have all hands on deck, and if we don't get enough volunteers, that means I can't set up my table because I need people that will help me work the shop, work the floor.
So basically, we're going to have security. It's going to be tight. It's not going to be any dealing inside the hotel there, inside the hall there
There will
near the
be
room.
suited up officers, but I will warn you, we also hired in a private security company, and they'll be wearing plain clothes like you and I, so you won't know who they are. But one thing I will tell you, if you've already got a record out there for writing bad checks, be prepared because that security guy is going to walk over to you and say, he's going to tell the people I would not take a check from. At
So
that
bring
time, it's
cash,
because you've been
basically. I
knowing of
mean,
writing bad checks. Don't mean nothing against you, but we're not going to let our dealers get stuck with bad checks.
a lot of the dealers, such as myself and probably Mike, will take some form of credit. Like we will take PayPal. You can just email us the money right there. I'm sure there are going to be a lot of dealers set up to where they'll do some type of credit over a check.
Take it.
I
There
don't
will
take
be. There
checks.
will be, and we will have Doug Davis there. Going to be doing his
Great
thing.
guy.
He's going to be talking about all this stuff going on around the nation.
He was
He's
supposed to make it last
probably
year
going
and
to
he
do
didn't
3 or
make
4
it, right?
seminars for us.
Yeah, something came up last year and he didn't make it.
Well, yes, he lost a very important family member, and I'm sorry
Yeah.
for him on that. And I prayed for him there. His family went through a lot because it came unexpectedly. Otherwise, he would have been there. He attends all of my shows.
Okay, moving on. American fiat uh, has become a world currency, so it will last a little long, but even eventually it will fail, is what Mike from Democracy says. So that is true. There was question marks down here that I wanted to get to. I think it was J Dog. Oh, here it is. Is the show in the same place as last year? Says J Dog.
No, no, it is not. No, we will not be back there.
So pay
No, you
attention
don't have to
to.
pay for parking anymore. Free parking. No
So
homeless
pay
people coming in and talking with you.
So pay attention to your favorite YouTube channels or the YouTube channels that advertised last year. Ask them if they haven't put something out. They will start advertising. They will have flyers. They will let you know where and when it's going to be. Very shortly, we are going to start pushing it. So we
Yeah,
did say at the turn
starting
of the
next
year.
week, it'll be all over Mid America. It'll be on the
So
Toss
it'll start
Coin
soon.
Show,
So
so
you'll
on
be
and
knowing
so
where it's at pretty soon.
we have 100 room blocks. So, guys, when them are gone, I'm going to try to get more. So they are starting to fill up. Hopefully, everybody that's coming will get their chance to get a room right there at the show. But there's plenty of hotels around the show.
What are you most looking forward to at the show? I guess that's for you. Or can I answer?
You can answer it, sir.
Warmer weather. Yes, we're at 10 degrees right now. I am looking for warmer weather. I am looking very
We
forward to
should be
that. I
about
am
-3 when you
freezing.
get here.
What? Yeah, we had heat waves and stuff. I'm looking forward to warmer weather and meeting everybody that I haven't met already from YouTube. I mean, to me, that's really important to get to know people on a personal level. So, anything you're looking forward to besides
And,
meeting people?
guys, like we did on the very first show we set up for the YouTubers, we got the room to do it again. We're going to set up a couple of tables around where the YouTuber guys are. That is for you guys to sit and meet with your favorite YouTuber. It is not there for you guys to sit and trade at the table. That's going to be strictly for the meet and greet, like we always talk about, advertise about. It's a
Yeah, them
YouTube
poor
meet and greet.
guys from YouTube's going to keep their eye on that table.
Yeah, well,
Or at least three, not me. The other
actually,
three.
we're going to have a security guy monitor in that area.
How many dealers are you expect to see for the June show this year? At or about?
I wish I could tell you, but I'm going to tell you it's going to top any of the other shows I've done. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay. I've seen the gentleman on the right a time or two. So that would be, see, right? That would be you. You're on the right. But I don't know who he is. Does he have a channel and can I follow? Can someone throw up Mid America's channel? Colorado Mountain Mama. That is my brother, Mike. And he is also a coin dealer, such as myself. He's more of a wholesaler than a he does retail. He doesn't retail as much as I do, and I do more retail than wholesale. So yeah,
I'm a
so
wholesale retailer, and I am the guy that puts the show on for all of you guys.
so yeah, there's that. I noticed someone said that he is my brother. They're brothers.
And
So and then I went up
once
to
we get this going next week, guys, do stay tuned to my channel because my son and I are going to start putting a lot more videos up because of this show and everything else.
there's a statement for you, bro. You're
Thank you,
welcome,
sir.
Colorado.
Nice meeting you, Colorado.
I think that's a girl. It says Mama.
Okay.
Colorado Mountain
Sorry,
Mama.
Mama. Yep. Okay. Sorry about that. I
But
apologize.
it could still be a boy. So
Okay.
you
I
should try not to
apologize either
gender fly.
way. My brother's over here trying to get me all messed up.
I'm just trying to squirrel you.
Well, you're doing a good job.
I don't know about all that, 949.
I like the way you think. Thank you.
I think both statements are wrong. He's not younger and he's not better looking.
I'm going to
Okay.
take both of them compliments and keep them.
Wow, we've already been here for like an hour, man. It doesn't seem like it.
No, it does not.
No, it does not at all. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Are you guys brothers? I did not know that.
Yes,
It's a lot of things
that's
you
my
don't know
older
that happens
brother.
on YouTube.
That's my older brother over there. Let me get this right. There you go. That's
Point
my
like
older
this.
brother.
You point like this to there,
I
and if
got
you
it.
want to point to me, you point like that.
There he is, right there.
He had his first live on his channel with me, and we're just running around his store. I'm gonna say, this is his first live. That was 2-3 years ago or something. We was down there for one of the shows. Biru says, have you ever had any of your coins restored through PCGS? Thoughts on restoring a coin? My thoughts on restoring, and I did it with PCGS, and I don't mean to sound like I'm slandering them, but it may sound that way because this is what happened. Here we go. I sent off an 1885 Liberty nickel, key date coin, and I got it restored. It was 64, 65, I don't remember. And I paid to have it restored. And it toned after they restored it. It was worse off afterward. It looked beautiful when I first got it. But after a few months, they must have not restored it properly because then it just started looking ugly. So my sentiments, my thoughts rather on restoring coins.
But did they give it
If
a
it's not
straight
silver, I
grade?
don't recommend doing it.
Did they give you a straight grade after they did it?
Yeah, no, they gave me a straight grade before. I sent it in to restore and they gave me a straight grade and it looked great. I mean, it looked beautiful. It's that one I had. Greg bought it, ended up buying it. I should have sold it to him first time because it offered me $1,000 more, and then I ended up selling to him anyway to $1,000 less. Broke even. I got tired of looking at it.
Well,
Restoring is scary though. It's
I
a
sent
risk.
I
It's a
sent
risk.
one to NGC. It was a 1893 S Morgan to Key Morgan. It was an AU. It was ugly AU. They called me up and asked us if I would like to send it through conservation. They said it could probably bring more money. I sent it through. They sent it back to me. AU details clean. And it looked worse than when it went in.
Dropping the mic says, does he let you stay with him, your brother Mike, when you fly down, or does he send you to a hotel? I stay in a hotel every time.
Same way when I go to see him.
The only reason I stay in a hotel is it's out of courtesy, but he always offers me to stay. He does offer, but out of courtesy, I stay in a hotel to keep from infringing on him and stuff.
And now that we moved the show to Tulsa, I stay at a hotel there too. I just don't drive back and forth.
Can you recommend an expert in Denver to appraise my coin collection? I don't know nobody in Denver off the top of my head. Maybe get with you later.
Colorado Springs, I know a guy.
Which is close to Denver. So give him a call tomorrow or
Give
something.
me a call. I'll have Dave's number for you, and I'll let you call Dave. He's a great guy.
Or go to his channel and contact him. You got your email on your page?
I do. Yeah. If you go to midamericacoins@live.com, it's there.
Hold on. Let me see.
I don't have it up on there. No.
View email address. I am not a robot. Submit. Yes, it's on his. You click right above the subscribe button where it says we are family owned, operated local coin store in Grove, Oklahoma, and you will be able to contact him. So that's how you can get a hold of him.
He's a dealer that is like me. He's very honest. So, yeah, I'd prefer to say I know he ain't directly in Denver, but he is in Colorado Springs,
Corey B
where I'm
says,
going
you
to
guys,
be at in March. I will be there in March doing a show at the A&A.
guys, do you have a go-to item you like to collect? I find myself all over the place, need to specialize more. That is a very tough thing to do. I find myself all over the place as well, but I do have a couple favorite items I like that I prefer to buy, but I don't hunt them down. What do you have a couple favorite go-to items, bro?
Not right now. I don't. I'm pretty well full. I've
Yeah.
went after everything I wanted to go after.
Yeah, I mean, I have a couple faves like the Morgan Dollar, the Mercury Dime, Standing Quarter,
I am
but
looking to buy a $20 Carson City if you know a guy wants to sell one.
yeah, I know. You don't want to pay me enough, bro. You don't want to
I
pay me enough.
offered you a
It was
thousand
too
more than you
cheap,
paid me.
and now he wants to buy it back,
A
even though he
thousand
charged me
dollars more. I'm looking to
overpriced.
make a profit.
He overcharged me for a $20 double legal Carson City minted.
I don't know how you feel like I
He
overcharged.
overcharged me, and now he wants to pay me more. I feel like there's something funny about that. There's definitely
Well,
something
if you
funny.
feel like I overcharge you, you should just go ahead and sell it to me.
I didn't say I feel like he overcharged me. I said you did
That's
overcharge
what
me.
you
There's
just
no
told
feeling to it.
everybody that I overcharge you. So I feel
But see,
like
again, that
my
goes
being
to
my
the point
brotherly
of
duty, I should go ahead and give you that extra thousand and buy it back.
that goes to the point. Yeah, I've been offered more than that, so I'll pass. That goes to the point
So who
of
got ripped off, me or him? He's been offered for.
that goes to the point of it doesn't matter what something in written says something is worth. It's the agreement between the buyer and the seller.
That's
We
right.
agreed that that's what the coin was worth, and I snagged it in a minute, even though it was over what was written. And now he's offered me $1,000 more, and I won't sell it because I don't agree that it's worth that. See, at one point I was agreeing with him, and now I'm not. Kind of makes you think about it, don't it?
It's where
Value of
the sheep
anything is the
messed up
agreement
on
between the
that
buyer and
particular
seller.
coin. It's a
It is
rare
tough.
coin.
I
It's a
wish it was
hard
a
coin.
plane though. If it was a plane, it'd be worth like 10 times more almost, man. It's one of them Carson cities that ain't worth as much. It's an 1882 double eagle CC.
Is that an 82? I thought it was an 89.
It was an 82.
82, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't seen it in a long time, so I kind of miss it.
What is your personal never sell silver item? Oh,
Well,
God, I don't know.
mine is not silver, but as y'all probably seen, anybody that knows me, I have a nickel that I refuse to sell, and I've been offered good money for it.
I have a couple gold coins that I refuse to sell that I've been offered good money for.
Yeah.
I have a penny that I won't sell. The 09 SBDB MS65 red brown. Of course, I'd probably sell that if I got a better one. Yeah, I think I couldn't say there's nothing I would ever sell because if I got something better, I would sell even my good coins. So yeah. Personal lives. And he says this is to both of us. So yeah, I think we did that. Silver item. No, I don't have
Brotherly love. I like that, Bill.
So, guys, it's been over an hour. I can't believe we stayed this long. Wow. I'm sorry for keeping everybody so late, but thank you so much for coming. If we didn't get to all your questions, we do apologize. Leave a comment at the end of the video when the video's over, and I'll try to answer it if it's a reasonable question. And if not, again, I do apologize. I hope at least one of the mods said hi to everybody. If I didn't get to everybody, I tried to get to a lot of people as much as possible.
Now, are we coming back on next week, sir?
We are coming back on next week. Same time? Same time? That's
Same
a question.
channel.
Same time, same channel. Next week.
And hey, guys, And
Go
that
ahead and
and
you want to close
everything, if
out.
you didn't get to see the video of Seekers, everything will get revealed from what I did.
Everything,
Everything.
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 Wow, something's gonna get revealed. Just saying. So, guys, thank you so much for coming. I I really appreciate all the support. Show Mike some love, like you've shown me. And again, we'll see you next week for sure here on this channel, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and whatever time that is, where you're at. So, thanks for watching, and I
Thank you
will
guys
see
for
you
watching us.
guys
Thank
next
you for
time.
having me, Keith, again. I appreciate it.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm
Go ahead.
done.
We're waiting for you.
I'm
You
done.
say your closeout. Here, we'll make it big. Here.
I'm already done. Thank you guys. Have a blessed evening. We will see you next week.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot, and have a great week. See you Sunday Fun Day for an auction, and again here for another chat Tuesday night. Bye.